Hello? Anybody there? It says that there's a half a dozen of you in here, but I don't see anybody. Where's everybody at? Say hello. Do something. Check the other screen. You see him? Yeah, well, I'm showing 6. But our wonderful...
I hit the chat up.
Well, I'm just saying that our wonderful YouTube stream manager, as you can see, it doesn't have any. So nobody's here. I guess we just go home, huh? So, all right. Well, let me get another window so maybe I can see if there see you folks here. There's a few of you. All right. I don't know why that is. That is strange. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let me refresh this other screen over here. I mean, YouTube is supposed to give you good tools to work with, right? Now you're there. Okay. I want to get your name on the wheel. Type in ! Wheel. ! Wheel. And our Stream Elements bot will give you a link where you can put your channel name into a form that when you submit it, your name magically appears on the wheel. That way, I don't have to do it. You guys all know how to spell your channel names. Not asking for emails, not asking for anything like that. Just you know, your bank account numbers and social security numbers and you know, all that stuff that you're not supposed to have. No, we don't do any of that. We don't collect any information here. We just want you to put your channel name on the wheel. We'll spin that wheel from time to time in here, and we'll should your name be pointing at the arrow when the wheel stops, hey, we will put your channel up on the screen and have a look at it. Not only will we look at it, but everybody in the room here will have a look at it. So let's see who all's in here. Whiskey and Sunshine Off Grid, Rebel Canners, Emily Gross, Hidden Within Myself. Hidden Within Myself. That's a neat name. Built on the Rock Homestead, Mulberry Branch Farm. Howdy, howdy.
Got a newbie in here tonight. Gardening Simplified.
Gardening Simplified.
Yeah, I'm going to be checking out their channel. You just subscribe to them.
Oh, they probably didn't hear any of that because your microphone's tucked down behind your monitor over there. But
I typed it in.
Gardening Simplified. So when you see Two Family Homestead come up in the chat, that's my beautiful wife sitting over here, Sherry, saying hi to all you folks. She would be the queen moderator here in this particular channel. And we've got all of our other moderators dressed in blue here. Duncan 1900, thank you so much for being here. Who else is in here, hon?
Moderator-wise?
Yeah.
That's that.
Oh, Brenda?
Yeah,
Brenda, your hands are full here tonight, then.
Reborn Artist Life. Must have rebooted and come back. So, that way you can see it.
I can see you. Who am I looking at? All right. Walterman Homestead.
Megan.
Good evening, good evening.
We get to see her next Saturday.
2 Quacks and 5 Clucks Farm. Boy, is that a name? How about that? Sherry put her microphone up, so I turned it up. So if she says something, you should be able to hear her. Go ahead. Test 1, 2. Test. I can come over and test your microphone. All right, folks, hold on. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Yep, seems to be working. Okay, so her microphone is working. Should be able to hear her. She's being bashful. I don't know why. Rebel Canners says, we promise to be good. I didn't know we had to be good in here. Two quacks and 5 clucks farm. Wow. So, oh, I get it. It's a farm that has 5 chickens and 2 ducks. Am I close? 2 quacks and 5 clucks. Is that 2 ducks and 5 chickens? Wait a minute. Brenda retracted the message? Oh, I bet we get some more admins in here before long.
I just made Megan one. I just made Megan one.
Megan. Does she know it yet? Megan, are you there?
Mm-hmm. Welcome in Homestead.
Megan, your clothes have been changed. You have different colors on now.
I just explained their channel.
Hello, Megan. All right, so
2 quacks and 5 clucks. Explain their channel name.
my wife and I are the quacks, and our 5 kids are the clucks. Okay. Interesting. Where do you hail from? Are you, what part of the country are you in? And share with the folks in here. I'm not seen that. Have you seen that name before?
Mm-hmm.
You have?
Mm-hmm. Every week.
2 quacks and 5 clucks is in here every week?
Pretty close to it. Mm-hmm.
Do they not put themselves on the wheel? I'll be honest, I don't pay a lot of attention to the chat because Sherry does all that. I take care of the wheel. I take care of, you know, all the other technical things. And like last Tuesday, it all went to hell in a handbasket.
But it did.
Partlow, Virginia. So out of Virginia.
See, Megan knows.
I'm here. I'll be watching. And Megan says they're in here a lot. Well,
See?
I apologize, 2 quacks and 5 clucks.
Thank you, Megan, for backing me up.
But I think it's a neat name. Although it's a bit long, but I think it's a neat name. What do you think? Should we spin the wheel or should we let a few more people get in here? Because we only got 2. I get the wheel slowly turning, so I have to count as it turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only got 6 names on the wheel.
We've got 19 in here.
There's only 6 names on the wheel. And it is linked. The Prepared Christian, afternoon. Here at work with no sound.
Watch you spin.
Okay. Reborn Artist Style, you say spin, we're going to spin. Let's get the wheel over here on the screen. And I want you to pay special notice here on the screen. Smudge and our observer are social distancing. They both have their masks on. And if you have any interest in masks like this, we do make them here. That's just our own little advertisement. So we still have 6 names on the wheel. Give her a spin. Let's see who we're going to get first.
Amy, we miss you also. How goes it over there with your generator?
looks like it's going to make it up to Wonderland Acres. Wonderland Acres Hobby Farm.
For those of you that don't know, Amy Broussard, that is in here, she's the wife portion of Broussard Homestead.
She's the wife.
The wife portion.
The wife portion.
Obviously.
I didn't know you took homesteads and portioned them out.
Well, yeah. I'm the wife part of two family. And they live right outside of St. Charles, Louisiana. And her husband is a fireman, and he's been working, probably every day, Amy? Getting things cleaned up and set back up and covered up. And they lost electricity.
Well, the fact of the matter is, that town did not get the press that it should have because it was destroyed.
Right.
That town was destroyed.
And Broussards are awesome people.
Now, the president did visit
she
them.
liked the wife portion. Yeah, they are an awesome family. We got the chance to meet up with them a couple times last year at a few meetups, but we also were invited to their house after the Bayou Bash and spent a few hours with them and some other folks.
Yeah, they had us park in their front yard.
Yep.
And
they wanted smudged rules.
And tore that up with the camper. Well, he said, "I'll just turn around here, no problem." So we did.
Yeah, I thought he's been working almost every day. How many views did he get on that one? Last time I looked, I think he was up to like 35,000 views on that one video. And if you want to go post it, Amy, feel free, because that he did an awesome job on that.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and keep going here, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Emily.
Okay, so Wonderland Acres Hobby Farm. Let me get the other screen brought up over here. So here's what we do, folks, for those of you that might be new here tonight. What you're looking at here on your screen is a browser that is not signed in. It is an unknown browser. It does happen to be a Google browser, but it's an unknown browser. This is on a separate computer from the one that that's broadcasting to you. And it is on a YouTube page. But again, it is not signed in, so it doesn't know if anybody's subscribed to anybody, because if you're not signed in, you're just a nobody. So this is a nobody screen. And we are going to go into this, and we are going to look up Wonderland Acres Hobby Farm, see if we can find him. So the first thing we do is, can your channel be found? Wonderland Acres Hobby Farm. All right, and it's right here, 152 subscribers. They got 6 videos. So let's go in and see Wonderland Acres Hobby Farm. Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now that their banner is easy to read. It's got some information on it. You know, it's not a barren thing by any stretch, but it is very plain and simple. The contrast is wonderful, easy to read, and it will show well across all devices. Now, this little Facebook picture here on the right and the YouTube play button, well, on a phone, those probably will not show up. But that's okay. They're not needed anyway. So that's fine. That's what we call degrading gracefully. I wish I could degrade some of my fat gracefully. So, Wonderland Acres Hobby Farm. Let's go to the About page and see what this channel is all about. The description reads as follows. Happy, healthy, homegrown, established 2016. Welcome to Wonderland Acres, owned by Kate and Mark. We reside on 2.5 acres, 100-year-old farm in rural Iowa. Our home and antique buildings are nestled in the middle of over 100 acres of farmland, not owned but loved by us. We are currently caring for rabbits, sheep, muscovies, turkeys, and chickens, with plans to expand into other livestock as our pastures grow. Our animals are our passion, along with DIY projects and Jeeps. Come join us as we continue to grow and build our dream farm. I saw no mention of offspring here, so maybe they don't have any youngsters. Wonderland Acres. Nice little write-up. But I have a question for you. What are you going to show me on your channel? You didn't really say that here. So, and all I'm trying to do here, I'm not being critical. I'm trying to spark thoughts in your head. Well, here's some different things I could maybe modify in the future. Maybe I can spice things up a little bit in my description. Maybe just make it a little bit more uniquely mine and present it in a different way. So that's the purpose of this whole program here today, is to get a different viewpoint on your channel, preferably in your mind, so you can see it how others see it. So we go on down here. Your email address is in here just as it should be. That's wonderful. You have links to Facebook and an Amazon wish list. Now, I will also say that the Facebook and the Amazon wish list, if you so desired, could also have a hotspot here on your banner. But that's an elective. It doesn't cost anything extra. But there is a checkbox you have to check, and you have to enable how many, up to 5, links you might want to have shown on that device. And that's in this link section. When you go into edit that, there's a little drop down box in there, and you can have up to 5 links that will also be displayed on your banner here. Jumping back to playlists, they got a few playlists. So they have raising sheep and lambs, homestead updates, raising backyard rabbits, raising backyard chickens. And I particularly want everybody to notice here, there's one video in every one of these playlists. Well, there has to be a video, I think, to have a playlist. Not sure. Can you have an empty playlist? I'm not sure. Anyway, this is fine because you got to start somewhere. You got to have one to get started. But do not create a playlist unless you have intentions to have more videos in there. Now, one thing many people forget is the description area in a playlist. So we're going to open a couple of these up and see if you put descriptions in. And I'm sorry, I should have gone into full here. My mouse was out of sync with me. There is no description. There's no description here. So that's something you might want to do. You might want to go in there and add that description. It's not always readily apparent, especially to a newer individual. So there is a place to put a description there. It's very important to do that. Number one, it tells people what the playlist is about. You know, what is. You can't always do it in the title of the playlist. So you can put a real nice description in here. And just in case I grabbed one that didn't have it and you have it in all the rest of them, we will just check another one, just at random here. Wow, see, this one has that description. How to raise backyard meat rabbits. So, obviously you caught it on this one, missed it on the other one. Just make sure you have that description in there. Let's go look at some of your thumbnails. You only got a half a dozen videos, so you are content hungry right now. You are definitely content hungry. Looks like your first video was uploaded 2 weeks ago, and you only have 6 videos, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So just kind of continue along that same thing. Don't kill yourself. Don't try to get a video out every day. 2 or 3 a week is fine when you're getting started and you've got all that energy and what have you. Your video lengths, I'm looking in here, are pretty good. But the primary reason we're in here is to look at your thumbnails. So you've done a lot of very, very right, positive things on these thumbnails. They're easy to read. This one, let me get my magnifying glass out here. This one is probably the toughest. The under $6 just doesn't stand out very well. That's the worst one as far as text and font on your thumbnails. So you've done a real nice job on your thumbnails. Let's talk about the background picture. I like what you've done here, where you have close-up views. You have expressions like a surprise and a smile. That's all good. Here you've got a rabbit. That's a close-up. The DIY feeder, under $6. I don't know a good picture for that. So I'm not really even going to comment on it. You have welcome to our farm for your very first video. Overall, I think you're doing a great job as far as getting started here. The one thing, let me say a couple things. It's the best way to say this. And I want to be careful here. You have a video title here, huge giveaway, Harvest Moon giveaway. Is that multi-channel thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the one where I won the dehydrator.
Okay. Let me just make a comment here and take it at face value. Something I frequently see happen, especially with newer channels. And believe me, I understand this wholeheartedly. You're all caught up in the excitement of YouTube and want to do this. And you go, oh man, we're going to have a giveaway. We're going to have a giveaway when we get 200 subscribers. And then we're going to have another giveaway when we get 625. And then, well, maybe when we reach 700, we'll have another giveaway. And I think you see where I'm going with this. Don't sell yourself short on giveaways. That's not a way to get subscribers. That is not a way to enhance your channel. Now, I know that this huge giveaway thing, this is a multi-channel effort. It's huge. It's a crazy thing. And so, but that is definitely not of the ordinary. What do you say? I'm looking at Sherry. Are you disagreeing with me with what I said about some of the channels that when they?
I don't think they do it to get more subscribers.
Well,
they do it because they don't think that they would have ever reached that point. I mean, did we? Hell no.
I mean, to have a giveaway when you get 50 subscribers, 200 subscribers, 250 subscribers.
Yeah, I agree on the giveaways. I mean, a lot of channels are.
You need to talk into your microphone.
I'm fine where it is. A lot of channels are doing giveaways at 50 subscribers or 100 subscribers. I mean, that's great that you reach 100. I know we struggled for our first 100. And we didn't have the help that we're trying to give people. We didn't have the little lift up that some big channels have given to other channels and prove they're at 20,000 within 6 months. Yeah, we have fought. We've gained ours.
What is
subscribers because we have worked for it.
What is possibly...
We did a 10,000 subscriber giveaway.
Yeah.
And that was a big one.
Yeah. And I think we did other ones, smaller numbers. I think we did too many, just to be honest with you. I mean, what is...
Exactly, Megan. Yeah. You want them to come back and watch the content. You're right. Exactly. Because if you put giveaway in your subject, that's going to bring, some people, that's all they look for. They look for giveaway. If you say you have to make a comment, sure, they'll make the comment. You may never see them again. Because that's what happened when we were giving stuff away from Layman's. I do it differently now. We still have the monthly giveaway, but I do it differently now.
And Walterman Homestead, we did a giveaway about every 100 subscribers. Now that we're over 1,000, well, we'll slow to every 500. I think that's way too many. I just to be real honest with you.
Yeah, life got busy. I hear you, Crystal. And you don't have to give a gift to somebody because they're coming back to watch your videos. That's about what doing a giveaway at that point is. I mean, if we hit 20,000, yeah, we'll probably do another giveaway. But we haven't done a giveaway since the 10,000 one.
Well, and
every now and again we'll do something with trivia questions. I have stuff to give away.
We don't have the type of content here that
most of you have,
that attracts droves of people.
Right.
There are some channels out there. There's quite a few, and these are the ones that are very popular that you know of.
Yeah, Common Sense University. We haven't been to Layman's this year either.
That they'll put out a couple videos a week, and every video they put out, they get 5,000, 8,000, 10,000, 20,000 views.
Tigger!
For us, putting out videos is not the norm. We do the live streams, and we do the live streams featuring assistance to other channels. Like tonight, we're not here for us. We're not promoting Two Family Homestead. We are promoting your channels here tonight. On Tuesday nights, again, we are helping other channels, and we get other people that are well versed in their fields. And one of those people is in the room here right now. That we try to teach and help and assist you in promoting your channel, creating better banners, creating better thumbnails, other things you can do on your channel, make your channel unique. And on Monday night, we've done for going on 3 years, different channel every week. Let's have a guest for a different channel. We've had big channels. We've had very tiny channels. We've had channels.
I had to beg people.
Oh, when we got started?
When we first started, I had to beg people to come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, please. We know that we only have 300 subscribers or something.
Wendy, I mean, I literally, when Haas is the one that messaged me, he says, congrats. And I sent a message back with question marks. I go, huh? Let's go watch Bev's latest video. Yeah. But
I do want to point out here, Copper Kettle Farms, which is in the chat, paid special attention to her. She's special lady to us. Not only is she a moderator, she's also one of our smudges. She's a member of the Smudges Pack. Yeah, got it right. It's a Smudges Pack.
Yeah. Mulberry Branch. I think we are going to do the Harvest Moon giveaway. I think I finally talked Daryl into doing it. You don't have to do your own giveaway and then give away to the grand prize winner. You can just do the grand prize winner.
Yep.
For Haas.
Yep.
So you don't have to do that. That's an option for your channel. And on our half-acre homestead, she did her, on September 1st, she did her drawing for her giveaway for that. She was the very first homesteader that I ever watched. And we got the pleasure of meeting her 2 years ago when they came over to the States for Howie's work.
And we drove to Michigan.
Yep, drove to Michigan for it. But, yeah, Mulberry, I'd go ahead. I mean, if you were thinking about it, go ahead and do it. Some of the folks that are going to comment, they may not subscribe anyway. You don't have to be a subscriber to comment. So, you know.
But if any of you folks,
Amy, yes, she is, are
looking for any type of assistance as far as creating thumbnails, as far as doing banners, even maybe some website work or something like that, Copper Kettle Farms, keep her in mind. Now, she's just a youngster. I mean, still a little wet behind the ears there. If you want an older fella, you can come talk to me. But if you want somebody younger, you can go talk to her. And, of course, I'm just teasing with her here. But Copper Kettle Farms, she does a wonderful job on teaching. We've had her as a guest on our Tech Tuesday more than once, and we're going to have her again because she just does a fantastic job as far as especially helping people that I'm disconnected from that maybe do some editing with your phone, or you use things like Canva and maybe other online resources that, I mean, I grew up doing it the hard way. I do it all on my computer here. So, all right. Anyway, let's get back to Wonderland Acres Hobby Farm. All right, we talked enough about that. We're going to go back to your homepage. You only got 6 videos. I do see that you have added playlists underneath. And I want you to notice here. I wonder if she did this because I didn't look earlier. But this is where your description shows up when you have them on this front page. So right now, your primary thing is just create content, and make yourself known in the various communities. Become a member of a small YouTube homesteaders Facebook group. Did I say that right? Mm-hmm. Small YouTube homesteaders Facebook group. Great bunch of folks you can get signed up with. And when you put out a new video, you're going to have to promote yourself. Nobody knows why YouTube selects some videos to promote, because there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason. Sherry, go ahead and talk to him for just a minute while I get the wheel relinked here.
Okay, Paul, you were hacked on YouTube, on Facebook, your bank. What happened? Oh, yeah, Carrie, watching some of the videos with the geese in the water and in the puddles because of rain is just, I mean, that's just pure entertainment. Pure entertainment. I put a kids' pool out for the dogs, figured, especially in the hot weather, that they'd enjoy it. No, they just thought it was a big water dish. They would stand in it to drink the water.
Okay.
Mama Z.
All right, we got the wheel relinked. So let's go give it another spin here. Oh, this looks like it's going to make it to Reborn.
And she was hoping.
Reborn Artist Life. Reborn Artist Life. Come on down. It's your turn to play.
Hey, Jess, how are you? Folks, if you want to see a channel, a lady that does doll babies that look real life like babies, oh my gosh.
Reborn, Artis. DLYFE. Reborn Artist Life. And approaching 5,000, about 4,750 some subscribers. I got 429 videos. Let's go check out this channel. All right. Now they have a trailer here. I didn't say anything about a trailer on our last person we had up here. Is, in my humble opinion, you only have 6 videos out. Just work on content there. But you do need to get a trailer here as well. Trailer, 30 to 90 seconds, no more than 3 minutes max. A little bit about yourself, a little bit about the channel, what people can expect to see there. It can certainly be done in a slideshow format as what I see they've done here. When I go to these pages and so forth, I do not play them out loud. I mean, I'll let it run like this so you can see it, but I do not play it sound-wise because I never know what somebody might have on their page. And I'm very sensitive to Google has slapped our hands many times when it's not even deserved because we've had the rights to use the songs, but it's just a hassle. And if it's somebody else's, I have no control over that. So we do not play the sound unless I know what's there. But it's 1 minute, 11 second long trailer video, and it looked pretty interesting. Reborn Artist Life. Baby and Kids Unlimited. This is another one of these banners that I'm going to say degrades gracefully, because just about, and I'm guessing just exactly where the black center ends on the left and the right side, that is the part you're going to see on a phone. And you're not going to see the pictures on the left side or the right side on a phone. Has links in the lower right hand corner. Let's jump back to the About page and find out a little bit more about Reborn Artist Life. Description reads as follows. Welcome to my channel, Baby and Kids Unlimited. Here's a little information about me. I am a reborn baby doll artist, Tina, and it has become my passion. I love creating collectibles, lifelike reborn baby dolls. I'm a mother of 3, 2 sons and 1 daughter, and a wife to my amazing husband, Gary. On my channel, I will be sharing the art of reborning in many different stages, bringing family entertainment and unlimited fun. There's no limit to what you might see on my channel. Hope you enjoy. I will have content live or video for my woo 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 babies. Did I say that right? Woo woo woo. Mm-hmm. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Central Time Zone, 5 p.m. Mountain Time Zone, 4 p.m. Pacific Time Zone, 7 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. I will have content live or video. And you said Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All right. We'll come back and talk about this. Please don't forget to join my woo 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 babies by rating, commenting, and subscribing. Babies and Kids Unlimited. Baby and Kids Unlimited. Post Office Box 2481, Forsyth, Missouri. Disclaimer: the reborn baby dolls and silicone baby dolls, like you see on this channel, are collectibles for adults and are not toys. It is much appreciated. Thank you. Email address is in a proper location. You have links to Facebook, a website, Instagram, and a merch link. Okay, I'm gonna get critical, real critical here on your description. Not to take away from anything you said here. Please understand. I'm trying to spark some of these nerves in your brain to so you can maybe see things in a different fashion. The first thing I want to say is it's a proven fact that once there are more than 3 lines run together in any type of a paragraph, one's eyes tends to skip ahead. The content becomes blurry because they're skipping content. It's like almost a speed reading thing. They don't retain as well. They don't see as well. They don't understand as well what they're seeing. So a real good word of thumb to apply in doing your content back here is no more than 3 lines, blank white space, no more than 3 lines, blank white space, so on and so forth. Now let's talk about some of the content here. Welcome to my channel, Baby and Kids Unlimited. See, I thought I was on the channel Reborn Artist Life. So I'm not sure what's going on here. And then here's a little information about me. Well, okay. That's why I'm on the About page. So I think this is a little redundant. And again, this is one person's ignorant thoughts. Me. I think this is a fascinating subject. A reborn baby doll artist. And I like your description here. I would break this up into 2 paragraphs. I will have content live or video. Now, and please explain to me, if you would, in the chat, is woo 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 babies, is that a thing, or is this I don't know. I don't know.
That's your business name.
That's her business name. Okay. All right. You're showing 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If I'm not mistaken, this is all the same thing time-wise. So I would put down the time zone you live in and let people figure it out.
That's what we do.
Yeah. And there's a good reason for that. This is almost confusing. So does this mean that if you're not live, you're going to have a video? So in essence, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at this specific time, I would expect to see either a live stream or video. Is that what this is saying to me? I don't know. It's a little bit confusing. Please don't forget to join my. And I guess you're gonna have to explain to me what is join my woo 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 babies. I mean, is this a real thing? I don't know. And then of course you have a mailing address, which is fine. You have a post office box, and that's all fine. I don't know that you need a disclaimer, but I guess that's fine that you have it here. And thank you is always nice to say. Love that. It's always nice to say that. So perhaps I've given you a couple thoughts, connect a few of the nerve endings together in different formats about what you have here. I think this could be improved upon, make a little bit simpler, easier to read, and easier to understand. Let's see what you have in the way of playlists. And you've got a few. So, as always, you got a lot of playlists. Before I even look at a playlist, let me make a couple comments about playlists. Number 1, a playlist on your channel can serve two purposes. It can serve a purpose for yourself. This can be a collection of videos for you that you want to maintain, either to go check out for knowledge, for research, for whatever. Perhaps if you like cooking, you see different different cooking videos. You want to grab this one or grab that one. Any playlist like that, I should never see because they should all be private. So nobody ever sees those playlists. The other playlists are what you have on your page that consist primarily of your videos, where you have taken a group of your videos on a specific subject, topic, and group them together for others to see. So in doing that, this should only be your videos. You shouldn't have other people's videos in them. The only time you should have other people's videos in a playlist for others to view is if you're doing a collaboration or some sort of or you're in a collaboration with others where you're in a like cause. We're going to do we've seen what? Dance things, dance contests. We've seen cooking things. We've seen, it doesn't matter what the subject matter is. If a number of channels are producing content for a common cause, if you would, by all means, put all those together so people can go in and see those. But that should be the exception and not the norm. All right. So let's just open up a couple of these. I want to see if you have descriptions. And you do. Packing box opening for reborn baby going home to meet their new mommies. Thank you for letting me create your bundle of joy. Wow, this almost looks like a hospital environment. Mm-hmm. Holy smokes. All right. And let's geez, I don't even know where to start. Cooking live with YouTubers. That's an interesting one. All right, there's no description here. So just by glancing at this playlist, I'm not sure what it's about. There's nothing here to tell me what it's about. So we're 1 for 1. Let's do one more just because. We're going to do favorites. Do the full playlist. Open a new tab. Oh, no description here either. So you got at least a couple in here that maybe can use a little bit of maintenance. All right, enough of that. Let's go look at some of your thumbnails. I have got, let me pull this down a little further. I've got roughly the last 18 videos you've created up on the screen for everybody to see. I know the last row is only 75% there, but I want you all just to take a moment and look at these and think to yourself, is there any one picture here that is catching my eye? Something that's drawing me to it, saying, look closer at this, and compelling me to delve deeper into this video, take the time to read the title, and make a decision whether or not I want to look at it. Because that's what happens. Your brain goes through all those steps every time you go to a page on YouTube and you're presented with all of these multitude of pictures, images. How do you know which one to click on? Well, your eye is going to take you to that. And then, once your eye's there, you're going to look down, you're going to see what the title is. Even before you know who made it, you're going to see the picture, you're going to see the title. Then maybe you're going to look and see, well, who created this? Then you're going to open it up and look at it if it has sparked enough interest. So those are the steps in seeing this. So here's what you don't want to do. You don't want an uninteresting thumbnail. You don't want a thumbnail that's too busy. If the thumbnail has text on it, it needs to be very short and curt and to the point. And it has to be big enough you can read it. And it has to be clear enough you can read it. So the contrast has to be there. You cannot use you cannot overly use script fonts because script is harder to read. So you're much better off using a sans serif or a Ultravecta type font, a printing type font. People have better luck reading printing type fonts than they do with script. Now, if it's a soft script and just, some curlies, that's fine. But again, it needs to be clear and easy to read. Your most recent video, just for example, you've put this nice off purple block in here, which is great for providing a contrast to that text. We're sponsoring Reborn. I can't read it all. So you've committed a little sin here. And this is what I'm talking about. The lower right-hand corner of every thumbnail you have is owned by YouTube, and they don't care what you put there because they're going to cover it up with this timestamp. Now, had that been a smaller word, it would all be underneath that timestamp, and that happens frequently. That's the only thing really wrong with this. The contrast is great, the lettering, the font is good, easy to read. The pictures, in my opinion, the picture is a bit small. I would be zoomed in closer on the content of the picture. But had you reversed this and had this purple box on the left-hand side and the picture on the right, that would have eliminated this timestamp problem. Let's look at this next one 2 times ago. I know you're holding up a piece of paper here that has something on it, and you know what it says, and maybe your family knows what it says, and maybe those that have a big monitor where they have things really blown up know what it says. But the average person ain't going to know. If they're looking on a phone, there's no way in heck they're going to know that unless they can expand it out, blow it up here. So that's a bit on the small side. I'm going to go back 3 videos ago. You have box packing on the thumbnail. And obviously by reading the title here, it talks about you're packing up one of your reborn infants. It just almost sounds terrible, doesn't it? Putting a reborn infant in a box. Anyway, you're boxing them up and shipping them out. I don't know that the box packing on the thumbnail means anything. It certainly does not enhance it in my eyes. And the entire picture just seems so busy. I'm not getting good feelings out of it. It almost looks like this is a hospital environment. Maybe that's the point here. I don't know.
A baby in hospital.
I guess, but when I think you don't really, they don't put babies. I suppose if the baby comes into the hospital broken, maybe they put them back together, but they certainly don't come in a kit form and assemble them. Just saying. I'm getting one of those looks. This is not fair. She's not on camera. I'm catching the brunt of the looks. Let's go over here to this one. I know that you have some sort of text on this picture. I can see it at the top of the screen, but I don't know what it says. I can't see what's here. In a word, I'm going to say most of your thumbnails, in my opinion, need some work. They need some adjustment. Now, here's the plus thing. At any time, you can redo a thumbnail. You can create new thumbnails all the time. You can change them every day if you want to. Doesn't hurt a thing. So I would do that. I would change some thumbnails. Couple rules of thumb for a thumbnail. If it has text on it, it has to enhance the video. Don't have the thumbnail have exactly the same verbiage on it as what you have in the title of the thumbnail. That's just redundant. It just doesn't help. Easy to read, easy to look at, draw your eye to it, exciting subject matter. If it's a facial expression, smiles, astonishment, surprise, all these wonderful emotions. You can go to the other side of that. And for those that like the drama, you could have terror, and you could have hurt, and all the dark emotions. But emotions, that's a big thing, and people are drawn to it. All right, enough of this. Let's go on and check your homepage.
How often do you update your trailer video?
How often should you update your trailer video? As often as you're comfortable with it. Some people don't do it for years. We probably need to do a new one for us. However, depending upon how you make your trailer video, it is a video that is just listed in with all your other videos, but there's a special location that is put on the front page, your home page, to people that come to your home page that are not subscribed to you. They will see that automatically. So if they're not subscribed to you, you're gonna see it. Doesn't matter if it's 2 weeks old or 20 years old. It's going to show up. It needs to be somewhat pertinent information. It needs to not be too long. It needs to be interesting. It needs to be something people's just not going to run away from. But I've heard a lot of people say, well, change it by season. So if you live in a 4-season zone, you could do it every spring, every summer, every winter, and autumn, spring, summer, autumn, or fall and winter. Anyway, if you have 6 seasons in your area, do it 6 times a year. I'm seeing here that you've had this up here for 6 months. Well, that's fine. Like I said, I haven't heard it. I don't know, but if you feel it's outdated, change it. Change it. Upload is the default container. That's what everybody starts with in YouTube. You can leave it or move it. And you've done some very good things here, because you have individualized your page by adding other content holders down here. The content holders being specifically individual playlists. And that's the way to do it. Don't get drawn into the trap of doing my playlists where it puts them all into a thing. Do them individually. Do them individually. If they have descriptions on, the descriptions show up here. You have yours in a featured set for a horizontal format. Can also be done vertically. It can be alternated, horizontal, vertical, however you want to do it. So that was a playlist. Here's another playlist, another playlist, another playlist, another playlist, another playlist. I'm going to keep going here because this is one I don't agree with. You've included this YouTube easy version of, oh, well, let's put this on your front page. And that's popular uploads. Here is why I don't like it. Everybody can use your own opinions, but here's why I don't like it. Popular uploads. What this particular YouTube piece does is it says, well, let me take a look at the videos that you have on your channel. And those that have the most views, we'll show those first. And then we'll show and just number them down in that order. So they've taken your videos and just reordered your videos. That's all they've done. The problem with this is, unless you've had a video that has taken off, where for some reason you've had, I'm going to say, a couple loose term viral type videos, at least wise for your content. If most of your videos get, say, 1,000 views and you've had one that has 20,000 views, that's a viral video to you. Unless you've had some of those, here's what happens, and it's happened on your channel. Popular uploads. Well, this one here has 66,000 views, which is great. But look here, it's 4 years old. 3 years ago. And then 7 months ago, 6 months ago, 6 months ago. I don't know, but in looking at this, I'm going to guess you didn't have a lot of content between 3 years ago and this past year. There was maybe kind of a lull. Let's just go look. See, I'll come in here and I can do this. We'll sort it by most popular because that's what they've done. Yeah. So you had a video from 4 years ago and one from 3 years ago, and then you really started kicking this up. You really started producing content half a year ago, a little over half a year ago. Not much else up here. But back here on your homepage, that's exactly where you're at. And they're saying, popular uploads, well, 4 years ago. So somebody can look at this and say, oh, hell, their most popular videos 4 years ago, they aren't making anything worth watching now. I'm not watching anymore. We'll come check them out later. Just saying it happens. If you don't use popular uploads, you don't have that issue. Reborn Artist, thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And just remember, we're not here putting down anything you've done on your channel. We're here just to give you a different perspective. Artist Life. Reborn Artist Life. Interesting name. Baby and Kids Unlimited. Pretty neat. Thank you for being here. Let's go grab another channel. And we're going to have to, we're going to pick up the pace here. Okay, because this is going to stop on Air 404, I don't know who this could have happened to. Because all you're doing is you're filling out a Google form. So I don't know what the Air 404 is. I have absolutely no idea. But if this happens to you, or if this has happened to you, number one, you should be able to go back in and edit it, because everybody that you have the ability, I have you limited to one answer, so you can only put in your name once. But if you get this error message up, would you please let me know what's going on so I can see why that has happened? So we'll just spin again since it came up here on the air. Yeah, if you're putting your name in there and you come up with that error message, please let me know what's going on. Looks like it's going to hit Whiskey and Sunshine. Whiskey and Sunshine off-grid. Let's go check them out. Oops. Whiskey and Sunshine off-grid. I like your little logo here. Very nice. It's plain simple, and it fits. I do want to mention you have some unique spelling here. You have the single letter N. You're not saying whiskey and sunshine, or it's whiskey and sunshine. So whenever you're talking to somebody, make sure that they understand how your channel is spelled. Because anytime you deviate from normalcy, I'm not saying that's bad at all, you just have to make sure that they understand. So Whiskey and Sunshine Off-Grid got 82 subscribers, 22 videos. Let's go check out this channel. I see an orange tractor. That means it's probably a Kubota. I see lots of logs. I see part of an American flag. I see a lot of information right here in the center that's going to display across all devices. Everything's going to fit in there. Uploads 2 to 3 times a week. They have a channel trailer video in here that's 56 seconds long.
I don't know if they're
still, you don't know if they're still here?
I mean, we can bring them up, but they're not saying, they're not.
No, not everybody will say anything.
But I think if you call their name, we need to know they're in here so you can do a review.
Yeah, we would like to know if you're here.
Because it's not fair if they're not in here to spend
a lot of time
10 plus minutes on a channel that they're not here to listen to it. My opinion.
Okay, Whiskey and Sunshine, off-grid. We're going to look a little deeper, but please jump in here and say something if you're here. Whiskey and Sunshine off-grid. If you know them, and you know they're not in here, you get them on the phone. Grizz, Japanese tractor, and American flag. All right. Well, but Kubota's a good tractor. You got one of them. Whiskey and Sunshine, off-grid. Let's go check out the About page. Description reads, "Hi, friends. Scott and Shelley here. We are a 50-something married couple who are new to living off-grid. Only 5 years as of 2020. We are living in rural Maine on 12 acres and have chickens, a couple of turkeys, small raised bed garden that we are slowly expanding every year. We cut and split our own firewood. Our soapstone wood stove is the only heat we have in the cold winters of Maine. Our home is not your traditional off-grid home. It is a large 2,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath colonial with all the bells and whistles. But it's ours, all ours. We are sharing how we live off-grid and homestead our way. Uploads 2 to 3 times a week. Hope you stick around and enjoy. You have got your email address in here, which is wonderful. Links to Facebook and Instagram as well. Nice write-up. Nice write-up. You've given a lot of information here, and you've given the state where you're in. You've said you got 12 acres of property. You've given a kind of a list of livestock. You've said what a little bit about your gardening. Just very nice. Nice write-up. We're going to jump back and see what you have in the way of playlists, if anything. Because, hey, let's face it, Wait a minute. Let me go back and see here again. Yeah, joined July 21st of 2020. So you're a babe in the Maine woods. Babe in the way to say it, they're just a babe in the woods. In the Maine woods. All right. Playlist. Got a couple. We've talked about playlists before. We're just going to open up a couple and see if you have descriptions on them. And you do. Oh, good. And you have something else in here that we're going to talk about. You have also chosen to put in your description what do you want to call them? You want to call them? They're really not keywords. They're hashtag words. They're pound words. They're words I don't know that you really want to have where you have them. All right, here is the problem with hashtag words in various areas on YouTube. When you place a hashtag in front of a word, it becomes a clickable hotspot based upon the location where this was done. If this is in a description area, it does. If this is in a, if this is in a description area for videos, it does. If it's in the description area for your About page, it does not. Those are not hotspots. These are. And that hotspot, or the hashtag, or hash words, hashtag words, whatever you want to say it, that only applies to the very first word after the pound symbol, after the hashtag. So just for example, and you have the perfect example here. The very first one you have is, I'm going to say hashtag to indicate the pound symbol. You have off dash the dash grid. But the hashtag only recognizes the word off. It only recognizes the group of letters immediately following it. So if you intended for that to be a hashtag, it's not. It's the hashtag off is all that it is. Then you have off grid, homesteading, freezing meat, firewood, Maine winter, and off grid Maine. Now what this does as a hotspot is it allows one to click on it. It drops that word into the search bar up on top and searches for it. For example, this hashtag off, which is the first one, we'll click on it. Well, look what we have here. I don't see anything from your channel. Did you really want to send people to all this stuff? I don't think so. But that's what you did. So let's do hashtag off grid. Well, did you want to send people to all this stuff? I don't think so. But that's what you did. And it continues like this. I'm just saying be very, very cautious in your use of hashtag words. So let's open up another one here. Freedom dispensing device. My curiosity is up. Talking about guns and gun-related stuff. Okay. We have the same issue here. I'm not even going to click on any of these. You can do that. If you want to send people to these other areas, I'm just saying that would not be a best practice to do that. So I would severely limit your choice of hashtag words in a YouTube environment. Okay, let's take a look at some of your videos. And what we're looking at here is your thumbnails primarily. Get about the last 18 of them on the screen. Okay, what we're looking for here is, does your eye get attracted to any of these thumbnails in particular? What's the one your eye goes to first? And then secondly, if it has text on it, can you read it? Is it easy to read? Or do you have to squint and look closer? What about the picture? Is it clear? Is it legible? Is it easy to see and understand? Does it entice you to go look at this video? If it doesn't, you need a different thumbnail, because that should be the ultimate goal. Signs of a good font, text on a thumbnail. The contrast has to be good. You have to be able to see it. It can't just blend into the background. The font has to be large enough you can read it easily. It has to be an easy to read font. Script font, for the most part, is out. It's hard to read. If it's too small, if the size is too small, that's no good. If you can't bring this up on a phone and read the text on a thumbnail on your phone from a reasonable distance away from your face without enlarging the screen, it's no good. If you have too much text on the thumbnail, it's no good. So I'm not going to go through all these. I'm just going to make a couple comments here as far as you can take your time to go through this and say, use that as a rule of thumb. Can I read it? Does it make sense? Does it add to the video? If text on a thumbnail is not adding to and it's not redundant, in other words, you don't want to have the same thing on your thumbnail as what you have in your title. That's redundancy. You don't want to do that. So those are the key points on thumbnails. I think you got some great pictures. I like, it looks like you're doing some experimentation here as far as slicing off the thumbnail with the, let me get my magnifying glass out so you can see what I'm talking about. Where you've taken a third of the thumbnail and put the orange on it. This one, you've got a big fat black border around it. But here's the problem with this one. Even with my magnifying glass, I'm having a difficult time reading the text here. I see that there's text there, but it's too small. All right, enough of that. Let's go to the home page, see what you've done here. You've got your channel trailer, 56 seconds long, and the default container for uploads. By all means, you have got some playlists created. I would say you can start putting some playlists down underneath here. List them individually. Do not fall into the trap of my created playlists or anything like that. List them individually. And that way, when you have your description on those, you choose to say and enhance people's viewing pleasures as far as on your front page here. Whiskey and Sunshine Off-Grid. Thank you for visiting us all the way from Maine. Interesting channel. Interesting channel. I'm even going to guess that maybe you have a sawmill. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of guessing here by the way the logs are, but that could also be just for firewood. And just be cautious with the gun stuff in YouTube. I'm just going to throw that out there. YouTube's not a gun welcoming environment. I am, but YouTube is not. All right. Whiskey and Sunshine Off Grid. Any questions? Leave in the comments. Send us an email to familyhomestead@gmail.com. Anything you don't understand what I mentioned, or would like some other clarification, just let me know. We can get together at a later time, one-on-one, or whatever you want to do. All right, let's get the wheel back over here again. Give her another spin. We're up to 32 in the chat here. Keto Homestead with Jess, I bet. Keto Homestead with Jess. And before I get off of this screen, I'll just kind of throw this out once. When you're creating a YouTube channel, if there's anybody watching out there, you have not created a YouTube channel yet, name is kind of important. You don't want to trap yourself into any one particular thing. You don't want the name to be too long. You want it easy to remember, easy to spell. Those are some different things to think about and remember when you're creating a YouTube name. All right, so let's go check out Keto Homestead with Jess. I think we had her up here on the screen last week. And she's made a change. Do you see it?
Well, she said she made changes. She said, I hope I fixed everything.
Okay. Jumped out at me right away. On her banner, she now has this new videos every week in this gray box on the left-hand side of the banner here. Before, she had text in there that was almost impossible to read. This jumps right out at you, so I noticed that right away. On your next banner upgrade, you might want to just keep in mind here, you're starting to expand out of that area. The big picture here is semi out of the area. Some of the arrow is out of the area, the viewing area. I would not change it for here. Don't go change it because I said anything about it now. I'm just saying be aware of that next time. I'm looking how this is. Actually, I don't. All right, Jess, I'm not sure what your banner looks like that you uploaded, but I don't think it was full size. And the reason I don't think it's full size is I can see the banner move as I scroll up and down here slightly. If you notice, and this is just some different things one can pick up on. If you notice on the right-hand side where they have these clickable hotspots for Facebook and Amazon and Instagram and so on and so forth, you can see where it's kind of almost off of the banner the visible banner that you see here. And as I scroll the page down slightly, all of a sudden it fills up. Well, that tells me that the banner is not full in the area that it's supposed to be. Should be at something like 2560 by 1440 is what the total banner size should be. And I'm guessing yours is a little bit short on that. 1 minute and 28 second trailer. Let's jump back to the About page and see where we're at here. Description reads as follows. My husband and I have been living a homesteading lifestyle. What did I say? Lifestyle.
You said
Lifestyle instead of life fresh. Now, for 10 years, I have been a state-tested nurse's aide for 19 years. Follow our journey here in Northeast Ohio.
Give her credit, man. I worked with STNA.
Follow our journey here in Northeast Ohio on our 5-acre homestead. We raise hogs, feed our piglets, 2 Holstein cows, meat rabbits, ducks, chickens, and turkeys. We also garden and preserve the harvest. I'm going to stop right here for just a moment. By putting a defined number out here, 2 Holstein cows, I mean, if one of those passes on or you get another one, this becomes obsolete and outdated. So if you don't limit yourself by numbers, that's just food for thought in the future. I am and have been keto for 6 years. I'm very passionate, and I love sharing and teaching about my keto lifestyle and my journey. This channel was created to document our journey and lifestyle for my children and all of you. On our channel, you will see and learn about our lifestyle of keto, also farm animals, gardening, foraging, canning, cooking, morning chats. I hope you enjoy my channel, show support, and just give your comments and feedback. All right. I already talked briefly about tying yourself into a specified number on livestock. Well, let's talk about a different type of livestock here. This channel was created to document our journey and lifestyle for my children and all of you. That's kind of open-ended. I mean, are your kids young, middle-aged? Are they helping on the homestead? Are they off on their own? I'm just saying it's kind of just left that little open question as to, okay, does she have 1 kid? Well, you said children, so does she have 2 kids? Does she have 20 kids? Who knows? So anyway, just throwing that out there, because to me that left an opening. Email addresses here, links to Facebook, Instagram, Amazon wish list, and of course the subscribe area. Playlists include. Let's go look at the garden tour, see if you have a description here. And you do. Nice job. All your videos, it looks like. And let's go the homestead animals. Another short description here and all of your videos. Nicely done. Take a look at your thumbnails. I think you've done a nice job on your thumbnails. For the most part, the text is easy to read. It's good contrast. It stands out on the thumbnail. There's a couple that need a little bit, but nothing to get excited about. Nice job. I like your use of some of the. I forget what do you remember what they call these characters? The silly heads, and I don't remember what they call those. But anyway.
She has a question for you.
When you upload a video to YouTube. Okay. That's a good question. It's a fair question. Question is, when you upload a video to YouTube, it asks if this content is for kids or adults. What do you select in that section? I don't quite understand exactly what they are asking. All right, let me give you just a real brief history here. YouTube got themselves into trouble because of advertising and kids-related content not suitable for advertisers. YouTube claims that advertisers were up in arms about content that their ads were being placed on without their knowledge, either didn't make a good fit, or it was totally against this company's beliefs or whatever that they had for advertising. Anyway, there was a big hassle about that. In short, content that is made for kids is a totally different animal than regular content. I'm going to say content kind of falls into three categories. There's kids content, there's general audience content, and then there's, I'm going to say, the adult type content. When I say adult, I'm not referring to graphically adult. I'm just saying it's adult content. That would include, in my opinion, that includes things like guns. That includes some sensitive subject matters. If it's made for kids, you cannot monetize your video. That has to be done in a different way. That automatically takes in, and you are not in the advertising realm yet. I do not think, Jess. I don't think you have enough. No, you only have 246 subscribers. So in order to become monetized, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours watch time, and you have to apply to become a partner with YouTube and give away 3 of your firstborn and all other things that they've asked you to do. And then they are so generously give you, they claim 55% of monies they take in that are played on your videos, which you have little choice of what they would show, and you have no way of monitoring any of it. It's going to depend on the content. If YouTube has deemed the content with your daughter on it as all right, we're starting to get into some serious subject matter here. So let's throw it out on the table, see what sticks. There was, and probably still are, some perverted people that would search the YouTube channels for content that had children, young kids, and perhaps a compromising pose that the child was doing and playing or whatever. One comes to mind as an example that was made aware to all channels a while back, was a young girl swinging on a swing where the video was done in front of her, and of course she was wearing a skirt, and as she swung toward you in the video showing, you could see her underwear. And because of that, the video was, even though the kids were just playing and there was nothing sexual about it in any way, the comments were turned off. All the advertising was killed. I'm not sure how far it went, but it was just crazy because it was kids playing. It was just kids playing. If you show a youngster a baby in a bathtub, be very, very, very cautious. That doesn't mean it's a 4Kids video. That just means that there's people out there that grasp onto that type of subject matter and actually have groups that they talk about in themselves and pass information around. Go check out this video at this time period and see what you think of this. It's stupid, crazy, bad things. So you just want to be very cautious. If you have kids in a video, you just have to be very, very cautious. Is my daughter cutting my hair? Jess, I don't know. I don't know. I was certainly. Yeah, the soulless trench coat. Yeah, there's going to be photos. It's not good. There's nothing you can do about it. Sickos will be sickos. That is absolutely correct. So, we know, I don't personally know, but I know of a couple that has a channel that's primarily with recreational vehicles, with camping. And they are full-time. And they have kids. All of their videos, comments are turned off. Cannot leave a comment on their video. And one of the reasons was because in these videos, when they would show the kids playing or whatever, there were these perverts getting into the comments and saying, oh, look at, or check out this time period on the video. Chaptering. We can talk about chaptering another time. But it was almost like code words for other sickos to go look at this particular point in the video. Because it's kids playing, kids being kids. Mama Z, I had someone comment on a video the other day. Timestamp it, 042. And say, God, I deleted it. Mama Z, I'm not sure, what that was. I will say this, if you put timestamps in your description, that's actually a big plus thing for you. Because, and I'm going to use the term chaptering here. If you put together, let's just say, a 5-minute video on any subject matter, but the subject matter maybe changes, say, 5 or 6 times throughout the video. You've gone from point A to point B to point C to point D. And you timestamp those so that at 142 in the video, you're now talking about subject B. And at 2:15 in the video, you're now talking about subject C. And you put these in the description, it becomes a hot spot. And people can go in and they can just then select to see the portion of the video that they want to see. And that's what I know other people did. Yes. But what I'm trying to explain what happens here is that with that timestamp, it becomes a hot spot. If people click on it, it's another view for your video. So that's a plus thing in many instances. In other instances, if it is going to an area that's questionable on your video for whatever reason that could be, maybe a reason to have it off of there. Thinking it was someone trolling or trying to send people to a virus site or something. I'm going to say that most people have, and by default, your YouTube account is this way. They cannot leave a link to a website in a comment that goes live. You're going to have to approve that comment unless you've gone in and just blindly said everything can go. Just saying. Okay. All right. So let's go back to spin the wheel again. Jess, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. And remember, folks, if somebody had to have been somebody in the room here, if you came up with this error 404 on that form thing, please get a hold of me. Please let me know what's going on, what has caused that. I've been trying to duplicate it, and I can't. I don't know what's going on, but I want to get it fixed. Looks like Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. All right, Mama Z, she's in the room. Don't know if Papa Z's in here with her or not, or if she snuck out on him. So, Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Folks, I can already tell you that Mama Z's Texas Kitchen is a channel that if you ever have a question on a good way to do things, this is a good one to go look at. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen, Homestead Dreaming are two that we talk about frequently, Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. She has a 1-minute trailer in here. She has a very nice degrading banner across the top. Jump back to our About page. The description is well laid out, easy to read. If you notice, there's no more than 3 lines in any paragraph. I'm not even going to go through and read all of this. It's well put together and well thought out. Does have her email address here, has lots of links, and 5 of those links are also displayed on her browser up here. She's gone for the maximum there. On the playlist, all right, I'm going to pick on her just a little bit here on her playlist. She's got a lot of interesting playlists, and that's fine. That's great. But the one thing that I noticed as soon as I got here is on 3 of these playlists, I got the same video, which can happen. But this also tells me every time that she uploads a video, should a video, how well does it fit into 3 different playlists? And I'm just going to say, to me, this is an oddity that jumped out at me right here when I landed on this page. Because she does such a nice job with her thumbnails, and they're easy to read, easy to see, these 3 just jumped out and said, hey, this is the same video. Now, I'm sure that you're going to find here, you go check any of these, I'm sure you're going to find there is a good, nice description on every one of these. Oh, I found another one. Snacks of Summer.
That was a collab.
This is a collab. I would highly recommend that you put the word collaboration or collab, something to that effect, into the title here, so one knows that. The reason being is, I saw this Snacks of Summer. I thought, well, that sounds good. I'll go look at it. doesn't indicate to me here that it's a collab. And the first thing I notice is, well, there's other channels in here. And of course, well, Sherry picked up on it right away and said, "Hey, that's a collab. We were in it." But what I'm saying is, it should have that in the title. People should be aware that that is a collaboration with other channels, or at least wise in the description, if not in the title of the. And I would prefer to see it in the title. So let's go better than store-bought condiments. Let's check this one real quick. Whoops. I did it wrong. I need to view the playlist, not play it. And we have a description here. And those appear to all be yours. Nicely done. Okay. Yep. Zip down through there. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen uploads. All right. We're not even going to talk about that here on this one. So, got a lot of playlists, a lot of content. The thumbnails are very, very good. The pictures are clear.
Thank you, Paul.
Good close-ups. Those that have text on, it's easy to read the text. Super easy. Minimal text. There are a couple that's a little tough. This one, for example. This New Orleans honeymoon, a story of two storms. A little tough to see some, but for the most part, just an outstanding job. Outstanding job. Good job. Jumping back to the homepage, we have got, she's got a 1-minute trailer. Her uploads, she has added numerous playlists down here underneath. Mama Z's has just done a very, very nice job on this. And if you want to see a well thought out layout, this is one to come look at. So Mama Z's Texas Kitchen, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for moderating for us, and thank you for being a channel member. We appreciate you. Smudge likes you. He wants you to be one of the pack. Dutch, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Dutch Off-Grid Homesteading. Our Holland friend has left a super chat in the room, and we appreciate him very, very much. Okay, let's go spin the wheel again. We got time for another one. Maybe Rebel Canners? Rebel Canners. It's your turn. Rebel Canners. 1,760 some subscribers. Got 63 videos. Oh, look at that. Look at that banner. Looks wonderful, doesn't it? It will not look wonderful on a phone. I'm sorry. Here's what happens with this banner on a phone. Let me get my teacher pen up here. Let me get a nice big fat red line to draw. Somewhere in the vicinity of this line right here. And this line right here. Everything over here will not show on a phone. Everything over here will not show on a phone. So on a phone, you're not going to see the whole title. I like what you've done. I think, you went outside the box without question. And it looks very nice. It's well-centered and all that.
Camo says she's on the phone and it looks good to her.
You can read the whole thing on a phone?
Hand me your phone.
Sherry's pulling this up on my phone, which is the biggest phone I've ever had in my life.
Not ours. No, Camo corrected herself. No, I don't. You're correct.
Okay.
Yeah, Rebel Canners, we have the largest iPhone they have out right now. And you can see Canner.
All right, I'm gonna just pull this up here so you can see what it looks like on the phone, hopefully. All right, it's just about exactly where I drew the red lines. So that's what it looks like on a phone. You're not seeing the entire title.
That's a nice banner.
Yeah, I like what you did with the banner. I really do. But you need to downsize it just a little bit. There's a template out there that YouTube supplies you, and even when you upload this, there's a little catch thing. This is how to look on a TV. This is how to look on a PC. This is how to look on a handheld device and so forth. And it's what it is. It's the nature of the internet trying to display content across the multitude of devices. Everything from a television set to a very small phone. No offense to blondes. Oh, okay. All right. So Rebel Canners. I don't see a trailer video. So that's something you can work on. Trailer video, 30 to 90 seconds, no more than 3 minutes in length. So 30 seconds to 3 minutes.
Yeah, she said she did all the homework but a trailer.
Aha. Okay.
So she knows that.
All right. Well, obviously this is not just for you, this is for everybody out here, but that is what will automatically play right here, and your default uploads container is the only thing on your homepage. I see some other things we're going to talk about here in a little bit. Let's jump back to the About page. Description reads as follows. This channel will deal with a multitude of homestead activities, mostly centered around food gathering and the older methods of preservation. Don't confuse Rebel canning with unsafe canning just because we discuss untested recipes and the old ways. Rebel canning is concerned with safe canning. That is why we can our own food, after all. We enjoy knowing what is in our food as well as knowing how our food was prepared. Canning is both an art as well as a science. Learn the rules, like a pro so we can break them like an artist. Stated Pablo Picasso. I didn't hear him say that, but I'll take your word for it. Okay. Email address is in the proper location. Surprisingly enough, I don't see any links down here. So I would think that you have Facebook or Instagram or some other social media site. You can put those in here. They don't charge you extra to do that. And you can even elect to have some of those show up here on your banner if you desire. But let's talk a little bit about the description that you have here. I think it's a good description. What I would consider adding in here, I mean, you're what you've said in your description is some things about canning, unsafe, safe, rules, if you would. But you haven't said what your channel's going to show me. So just a thought, just something to consider here. You haven't told me if you're going to show me unsafe methods or what some people deem unsafe or just safe methods or what else is going to happen. I just don't know. All right, let's go look at the playlist. And let's go. I'm going to grab this one at random. And you have a really nice little description here, which is a big plus. And I'm not sure why you have an NBC News video in this playlist. Just find that a little bit odd. Because last I checked, you were not NBC News. So now let's go to Rebel Bakers. Collection of all my baking videos and related making your own pantry item videos. Follow along. And we have another NBC News in here again. Not sure why. And we have Lucas and Marcus channel.
That would be her son.
Okay. All right, well, I guess I got to look one more. Canning 101. Do that one. Another good description. And those look like they're all your videos. All right. You sanitize, not sterilize your jars at home. Okay. So we've gone through these. Let's look at some of your thumbnails. Get about the last 18 of them or so here. Okay, general rules on thumbnails. If you have text on a thumbnail, that text needs to enhance the quality of the video. In other words, it has to add to it. It should not be repetitive. It should not be clickbait. It needs to be short and sweet and to the point. It needs to invoke an action or a thought or a feeling. Title needs to be directed upon what the video is. The picture should be good, crisp, and clear. If the text is there, if you've deemed the text is needed on the thumbnail, you need to be able to read it. Okay, now something you've done here is you've used your, I'm going to say your logo, canner bottle, canner, what it is, canner bottle, canner jar? can or jar. You've used that in a lot of these to kind of, I'm going to say, indicate your video, which is fine. I like the use of it for your live streams. That's pretty neat. But here's a couple of more things that maybe aren't quite as good. You've not done it to all your videos. In other words, this one doesn't have it, this one doesn't, this one doesn't. This one does, this one does, this one does. Find something that works for you and try to stick with it. You got some older ones to do, you missed some. Just kind of stick with it. Some of your thumbnails are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I like this one. This Some Like It Hot. Easy to read, even though there's some script in here. It's easy to read. It's a clear picture, clear image. It's not hidden by the timestamp. That's all great. This one's a little bit tougher to read. The green it's going to blend in with some of the background. This one's horrible. The blue is it's blending in with the money. It's giving me the blues. So I don't have much of it. So this one, even though the text is black, this one's got two things going against it. Number one, the size of the font. It's a little bit on the small side. It's a script font, harder to read. So even though you are getting some separation, and the third thing is it's the same thing as the title. Summer in a jar. Summer in a jar. What's the point? Canning mushrooms. It's different. But here's a thought for you. This one for your mushrooms here. Instead of putting canning mushrooms across the picture, like what you've done here, I like your title, Marinated Mushrooms, Canning for Quick Antipasto. All right, but instead of putting canning mushrooms up here, just use fungus in big ugly letters. Fungus. It's going to draw somebody's eye to it. Like, what are you talking about? To me, it's not clickbait. So mushrooms are. They're fungus. It's going to draw somebody's eye to it. Easy to read. It's one of these, not really clickbait, but it's going to capture attention. There's no script on this last one, which is no text. That's fine. You can read this okay, but again, size is pretty small. This yellow tends to blend in. So some of these need a little bit of work. But you can always fix that. You can always come back in and fix these. You can always change them. Go back to your home page and you just have the default upload container. So we've already mentioned the trailer video, and then take some of your playlists and individually put them down here underneath. Make this page your own. Give people some information. Make it so a first timer coming to this page is going to go, wow, look at all this content. Look at all this information I can glean off of this individual. So, Rebel Canners, thank you so much for being here. I hope maybe we spawned a couple ideas for you. And having said that, it is after 7. Folks, we are not going to be here next week. Whether or not we will be on the road at this particular time of day, probably not. We'll probably be
pulled over somewhere.
Yeah, we'll probably be in a Walmart Hilton, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
But we will be on the road heading toward Grand Rivers, Kentucky. Because next weekend is the Heartland Heartland Homesteader Old Fashioned Picnic. Yeah. Harvest. Heartland Homesteader Old Fashioned. I am thinking Stivers. And Stivers indicated they were going to try to make it to this thing too. So it'd be good to see them too, especially with all the things they got going on. So Grand Rivers, Kentucky. Be sure if you have the opportunity to make it there, the meetups, the conventions, the information this year has just been really lacking due to COVID and some of our government officials that have decided to institute some potentially excessive lockdown rules. Did I say that politically correct? Freaking idiots.
Jessica, are we going to see you next Saturday? I know we are, Nathan.
So anyway, we will be on the road next week. The week after that, we will still be on the road. So doesn't mean that maybe we won't be able to do the show, but we still may jump on a live stream or something just to say hi because we miss you all.
Yeah, we'll see Walterman Homestead also next Saturday in Sampson. Yep.
Yeah, Rebel Canners has got some great content. By all means, check them out, folks. If you have not subscribed to them, go check them out.
Okay. Figured that's probably what it would be, Brenda.
All right. I can't think of anything else. Can you?
No.
Folks, have a wonderful weekend.
Monday night's guest, Royal Amethyst Acres.
So if you know what an Amethyst Acre is, we will have a royal one next Monday night. What else? Anything?
I'm a full-time musician. It's gone from 200 shows a year to 4. Yeah. Silhouette Park Farm. That sucks.
Yeah. I don't know where you're from, or how much you're into the homesteading genre, Silhouette Park Farm. I have absolutely zero idea, but I know that within the homesteading community, they have some fairly talented folks that get into the music end of
Paul has a question for you.
Things. And they do attend some of these events.
Go ahead, Paul.
Bandana, we know it's a little far, but hey, it's a picnic, can we say? Wait to see what Paul has to say here, and gosh, hey, if special thank you to all of our moderators that are in here, all the folks that are members of Smudge's Pack. Silhouette Park Farm is from Australia, it looks like. Mm-hmm. All right. Very interesting.
What is live stream? Stream key of 4 seconds by live stream.
Not often enough. I think it has to send a key every 2 seconds. At least what is that on a typical live stream that is not controlled by your own software. In other words, it's just streaming live to YouTube. They take care of all that. If you're using software like OBS or something like that, the keyframe interval Should be 2 seconds, not 4. 4 can cause the stream to get away from. Brad, I'm glad that you're dressed now. Farmer Brad, we be done. We're just kind of saying goodbye to everybody, but thank you so much for stopping in. Dutch, it is in OBS. It is in the output area, and it's in the third box down. It's called keyframe interval, and then in parentheses it's second 0 equals auto. You want the number 2 in that. The number 2 in that. So that's what you need, Dutch. Okay. With that, we're going to let everybody go. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be nice, be kind, and we will see you all later. Have a wonderful evening, folks. Good night.